Our project was called Centering Students in Ethnic Studies, and our goal was to find a pedagogical and curricular framework that saw students as the true center of education. And that can sound a little bit intuitive, that obviously education is about students. But what we really found with our ethnic studies educations as students ourselves was that when we tap into lived experience and we talk about creating an education that truly transforms, oftentimes students are seen as vessels for knowledge and not their own creators of and facilitators of knowledge. And so what we really wanted to do was, when approaching this mandate for ethnic studies, create room for students to advocate for their own experiences, their own educational desires, and also the context of the school or the region that they're learning within. Because if you're in Southern California or the Central Valley, your experience is going to look different, and what you want to get out of ethnic studies is going to look different. And so we wanted to work with students and educators to create a resource that was adaptable in that way. I think the most essential thing that we learned from this project was how to meet people where they were at in a very diverse political atmosphere, where at the national level, we're seeing a lot of challenges to ethnic studies, to anti-racism, and at the state level, we're seeing challenges to funding, challenges just regionally on what students should be learning, which ethnic studies curriculum is the right one. And so our goal was not to tell teachers or students what the right curriculum or pedagogy was. It was to provide them with the tools to integrate universal design for learning, to integrate ethnic studies principles, and to adapt it to their local context so that no matter where you came from or what environment you were operating in, you were able to meet students with the kind of content and ideology that they deserve without having to sacrifice any sort of other political factors that are happening in your area. Advice that I would have for students, first and foremost, would be to not get overwhelmed by how big everything is right now, how huge politics and education seem, because we all have a role to play, but that role is only within our sphere of influence. And so to students, I would say, get involved in your school, get involved in national chapters, in whatever ways you can, because every local piece matters. Students want their educator to come in and to see their lived experience as being just as vital as the teacher's own. And so when it comes to ethnic studies, it doesn't always have to mean sacrificing the actual principles of ethnic studies. When sometimes you have a situation where you can't teach ethnic studies, it can be about creating a localized perspective. It can be about looking at your students' community and finding resources that really reflect them. It's about the content and the connection over what you choose to call it. And then to educators and administrators and policymakers and whoever is watching this, I would say that it's really important to listen to your students, and not just in a way that's like seeking input, but in a way that truly recognizes them as the ultimate stakeholders in this practice and who will be our next generation of leaders.